Hello, good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. and as usual it's the time for verses and paragraphs. I hope you're all going to come on. One thing I want to say is that if you miss any episode, you can go to my YouTube channel. Just type Irumena Amata and my YouTube channel will come up and you can see all the episodes you may have missed. There's so much to learn. In fact, I'm even learning myself because every day as I get to think of what to talk about and I go online and I check, I'm learning it in addition to the new words. And I see that so many people are making sentences with the new words, and that's really amazing, pretty amazing. Now today we're going to talk about fancy words for everyday activities. I know that there's some people, some Nigerians, I'm not naming any names, so there are some people who like using big words when they are speaking and Nigerians are making noise. But then hey, most of the big words those people use, I'm not naming any names, they're actually in the dictionary, interestingly. Now today we're going to talk about some everyday activities which have fancy words. Now let's start off with the word humming. Humming sounds so boring. You know what it is to hum when you like a song? Now how about the word bombinating instead of humming? Bombinates. Bombinating, it's also a verb. And when you hear about the bumblebee, you know the bees, they buzz. So instead of you saying humming, why don't you say bombinate? That is surely a fancy word for humming. Yay! Hello, FM boy, my sister is on. Hello, today's words. We're talking fancy words for everyday activities. And the first word I've spoken about is humming. Hello, you are a musician, you sing. So instead of humming, why don't you bombinate? So the word is bombinating. That's a fancy word, a classy word for a regular everyday activity. Now the other one is breathing. Dr. Raphael James is watching, my brother from another mother. Good to have you on this afternoon. We're talking about fancy words for everyday activities. Now the next one is breathing. Breathing sounds so mundane. Instead of breathing, why don't you say suspire? Now all these words I'm talking about, I'll put them up later on Facebook so that you can see, but at least just listen to them because it will be quite a do holding up all the words. So the first word is humming, and another word for humming is bombinate. The bird was just bombinating. That person was bombinating in the room next door, and I couldn't listen to you. They see me, but thank you so much, Raphael James. All right, then the second word is breathing, and instead of breathing, you can say suspire. Suspire. I'll be putting the words up later on. And then murmuring. Murmuring is so annoying when you have people who are murmuring. So instead of murmuring, why don't you say susurrate? Why are you susurrating? Tell me, why are you susurrating? Instead of the word murmur, you say susurrate. Like I said, I'm not naming names, but we know some people who like using big words. So why don't you join the gang of people who use big words? So we've had humming, which is bombinates. Instead of you saying breathing, you say suspire. I was suspiring so heavily after that person chased me. And then the next one I've talked about is murmuring. The word murmuring sounds so annoying. Why don't you just use susurrate? So the people, they were susurrating, and if you susurrate, you are doing something with a Latin descent. And then hurrying. Hurrying is so stressful. The word hurrying is so stressful. Instead of you saying hurrying, why don't you just say festinate? Festinate. The person was festinating. Joe Gibbs is watching. Okay, Timmy is watching all the way from America. What's your area again? Somewhere in New York. Good to have you on. Joe Gibbs, good to have you on. We're talking about fancy words for everyday activities. And I've just talked about, instead of using the word humming, you can use the word bombinate. And then I've talked about breathing, to breathe. Instead of breathing, use the word suspire. And then now we're talking about murmuring. The word murmuring is so annoying. And then instead of you say, why you the susurrate? Susurrate is another word for murmuring. And then hurrying. Hurrying is so stressful. Instead of using the word hurrying, why don't you use festinating? I just saw, Eloho says, I was suspiring so much after my gym session this morning. Fantastic. Sadiat is watching from Abuja. Pastor Joe Gibbs, my classmate from the University of Jos English Department, watching live and direct from Lagos. Yes, Eloho, that's correct. I was suspiring, breathing so much after my gym. Instead of saying, in fact, next time when you go to the gym, tell your, what do they call it, your coach, say, look, I'm suspiring too much, bombinating to arise. Very good. Oh, my sister Eloho is just catching on so fast. Now the other one I said is hurrying. Hurrying is so stressful. So instead of using hurrying, why don't you use festinate? Festinating. Festinating is quite fun and calming to say. To festinate is to hasten, to hurry, from the Latin word festinatus, meaning hurry. So you can say, I was festinating so I could get to catch the ice cream van, or the taxi driver was driving so slow and I told him, please festinate, I have to catch my plane. Then there's another word. This word is laughing. When you laugh loudly, instead of laughing loudly, why don't you say catchinate? Catchinating. Okay, I can spell some, but I can't lift it up because there are so many. Tubi is watching from Kaduna. Mukhtar, you tell me where you're watching from. Anyway, welcome to the show. So laughing, instead of you saying laughing, you can say catchinating. As I was climbing up the stairs to do, I heard people catchinating, and I was wondering, what are they catchinating at? You are fascinating to get Amy and Josh from school. My sister is hot this afternoon. She's just using all the words in the right sentences. As I climbed up the steps, I heard my colleagues, they were catchinating. I was wondering, why are they catchinating? And what are they catchinating at? Catchinating is another word for laughing loudly. Catchinating, for laughing loudly. And then this one, when you are chewing, you can say masticate. I know many people know the word masticate. When you are masticating, you're chewing. Now this next word is a word that many people would like. Instead of you saying kissing, try using the word osculate. Dr. Akpoghene saying he's compiling a new dictionary right now. Okay, now instead of you using the word kissing, why don't you use the word osculate? The boy leaned forward because he wanted to osculate the girl, but the girl didn't want to be osculated, and so she moved her head back so she couldn't be osculated. So instead of kissing, you can use the word osculate. And then when you're reflecting on something, you cogitate. Cogitate, which means to reflect, think deeply, to use your powers of reasoning and judgment. I was yes. Catchinating. Well, yes, okay, minus the T. Joe Gibbs, you can lose the T. So CACHINNATING, catchinating. That's laughing loudly. That kind of laughter. Catchinating. So I was talking about cogitate. Cogitate is when you want to reflect deeply. After that girl spoke to me, I just sat down to cogitate. I cogitated my whole life and how I allowed that small girl to walk all over me. So these are the words. I'll just go over them quickly again. The first one is bombinate. BOMBINATA. Bombinate is another word for humming. And Eloho says she was bombinating to her song Arise. Then there's breathing. Breathing is suspire. Suspire, SUSPIRE. When you breathe in, you suspire in and you suspire out. Suspire in and suspire out. And then murmuring. Instead of murmuring, you could say susurrate. Now, why are those people murmuring? Why are they susurrating? What are they susurrating about? You know that when somebody does something, I know you cannot talk to the person. You say, the person is murmuring. Susurrate. And then I also have another word, haste, hurry. Instead of hurry, you can festinate. Then I also have the other word, catchinating. Catchinating, you lose the T, Pastor Joe Gibbs. CACHINATING. Akpoghene-Adaiah. I'm going to put up the words on Facebook after we finish, so if you go to my Facebook page, you will see all the words that we have used today. And so we're having fancy words for regular everyday activities. And then I talked about chewing, which is masticate. Many people must have heard the word masticate. So chewing is another, masticate is another word for chewing. And then the one that all the guys and I guess the girls still like is osculate. So instead of kissing, you say osculate. Are you osculating? I caught them osculating behind the tree. The young man wanted to osculate the girl, and she didn't want to be osculated, and so she pushed her head back so she wouldn't be osculated. And then when you reflect on something, you cogitate. You cogitate means to reflect, to think deeply, using all your powers of reason and judgment. Watching from Glasgow, you're welcome today. Chai, that kind of oscillate, no, osculates. Osculate, OSCULATING. Osculating. That is another word for kissing. So instead of osculate, instead of kissing, you use the word osculate and say, that person, they use big grammar. I'm sure you all, every night, there's no Nigerian who does not know. I'm not naming any names, so somebody who uses big grammar. So why don't you join that person? I'm not naming any. Osculating, correct? Yeah, that's correct. Osculating. I'm not naming any names, so but we can bombinate. We can bombinate to the national anthem. You can suspire. You suspire every day. Suspire in, suspire out. Suspire in, suspire out. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And then when they are murmuring, I say, come, are you susurrating? I'm talking to you and you're susurrating. Susurrate is SUSURATE. Susurrate. I'll put up the words later on my Facebook page so that you can see all of them. Patrick. I didn't name any names, so Joe Gibbs, I didn't name any names. I just said that we have some people like speaking big grammar. I didn't name any names, so and then laughing loudly is cachinating. CACHINNNAT. I didn't know about that one. Now you know. You want to osculate your husband this hot afternoon? Olarewaju, anyway, it is cold that place. Olarewaju wants to osculate her husband. Oh, that's correct. I am so excited and so happy to see that even Olarewaju, the word you used yesterday about the serial comic, I really love that sentence that you used. I'm glad to see that people catch on. So later on today, I'll put up all the words on Facebook that we've used today. And then the last one, to reflect, is cogitate. To use your powers of reasoning to think. Maybe somebody has said, you just sit down and cogitate. So this person just insult me like this, so that is cogitating. Now our word for today is deco. DEKKO. That's how many letters? 5 letters. Deco. Can you see it? Deco. And deco means a look or a glance. I just gave that guy one deco. And from the deco I gave him, he must have known that I was really angry with him. Deco. Let me hold it up properly. Deco. I hope you can see it. Deco. DEKKO. It means a look or a glance. And it is a British slang. You people who live in England, I hope you know. Aria is still baby friendly. Oh, hello, leave Ola. Anyhow, so our word for today is deco, and deco means to give a look or a glance. You're looking at, so I just gave him a deco, and he understood what I was talking about, and he understood that he had overstepped his bounds. So, like I said at the beginning of today's episode, if you've missed any of my episodes, thank you, Joe Gibbs, great English teacher. Your 2-1 is not free at all. It did it easy. I missed first class, but not to worry, I'm making up for it now. Anyhow, if you've missed any of my episodes, you go to the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, just click Amena Amata or type my name, my channel will come up. Failing that, deco. No, British people, there's not a British slang. I say deco is not a Greek word, it is a British slang. Maybe it has a Greek descent. I didn't really study that one, but I'll think about it. So if you've missed any of my episodes, I would like to encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Akpoghene-Adaiah. I'll be putting up the link afterwards on Facebook, so you can click subscribe and you see, and you can watch all the episodes that you have missed. So for anyone who has missed an episode while it was live, you have an opportunity to go to my my YouTube channel, and then you can see. I think that this is about all I will have for today. I'm sitting on the balcony and the sun don't be creeping. Every time I sit on the balcony, I think there is shade. Suddenly the sun decides to tell me that no, they are there. But anyhow, I hope you have taken something, and I hope you are all catching it right now. Catching it means laughing loudly, and then so you should be careful when you go to osculate your husband. Yes. Anyhow, it's been nice with all of you. Thank you all for tuning in. Olarewaju from Glasgow, Gift from Lagos, Mokhtar from I don't know where. What other people again? Everybody today, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, Timmy, yes, my cousin, she's watching from America, and there's Mokhtar who has refused to tell me where he's watching from. Let me see who again. Right, Dr. Raphael James, my brother, is watching from Lagos, and who again? Sadiat is watching from Abuja. So thank you everybody for watching today. I'll be putting up words that we talked about today later on Facebook. You can check my Facebook page for each and every one of them. And if you missed an episode and you'd like to watch more of the episodes that were passed, go to YouTube, type my name, Akpoghene-Adaiah, and my channel will come up. Failing that, I'm going to put up the link again on my Facebook page. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been nice having you. Now everyone have a nice weekend. Those of you who have permission to osculate, you can osculate. Those of you who are going to bombinate, and then those of you do not susurrate. Susurrate is murmur. And then firstly, don't hasten too much. You don't get into trouble. You can catchinate as much as you, because laughter is like medicine. So have a pleasant weekend, enjoy yourself, and then check my Facebook page regularly. You'll see words that you can use, and I'm so glad that most of you are using those words. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. I'm signing out now. Have a blessed weekend. Bye bye.